yesterday I counted $240,000 by hand for you. All right, let's go back to the plan. We got Ursula right here. We're gonna put Cleo in the middle. We'll put Luther here. All right, yeah. And we're gonna hit him 2 times, right? This is the Nightcap setting it off, and we're gonna do it twice. And actually, how could I forget? Boom, me. All right. Yo, how my hair look? Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a Nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's get right into it with these cast members. I am so delighted to have them here on the couch with me. We've got Chris Clanton in the building. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay, not Felicia, already giggling. Snoop, you know where is Snoop? Felicia Pearson, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And we got Skye Griffin, AKA Skye Tunes, here with us as well, pretty in pink.
Hello.
All right, y'all are the cast members of Set It Off, the play, the stage edition. How is it taking on such an iconic fucking movie and converting it to a stage play?
It's amazing, man. It's very challenging, but you know, we pulling it off.
You pulling it off.
Yeah.
All right, and Chris, you play Luther.
Yeah.
Felicia, you play Cleo.
Yeah.
And Skye, you play Ursula.
Yes, child. Play Ursula, girl.
I mean, she's gorgeous the whole film, so you look gorgeous. You're going to be gorgeous the whole time.
Actions speak louder than words, I guess.
All right. Sadly, when I was talking about how excited I was to do this interview, I talked to people about Set It Off, and so many people in this newsroom had no idea. They'd heard of Set It Off.
That's sad.
But they don't know it.
They kids, they Gen Z.
They gotta be.
No.
Older?
You know what?
Yeah.
They old. They didn't have TVs. It was only black and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that old, but okay. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, this is show nationwide, so for people who don't know Set It Off, give me a synopsis, Chris.
So you got, I think, 4 female friends from Compton. They seem like they're from different walks of life, but they got one common ground, and that's to make it out. And they decide to rob banks after one of their friends' little brother gets killed.
I feel like the idea was still percolating a little bit beforehand, but that was definitely the catalyst of like, we gotta do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then it's just, you know, what happens from there, right?
Yeah.
One of the more powerful characters is definitely Cleo, loud and proud, and the way she goes out is just so iconic.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the film, you have to, but you should definitely see the play. How was it taking on this role, knowing that Queen Latifah did it such great justice?
Yeah, she most definitely dominated the role. But, you know, I've been Cleo all my life, so, you know, it wasn't about nothing. But, you know, it's like I just added myself into it, you know what I'm saying? Because can't nobody play Cleo, Queen Latifah, that's Queen. So, you know, I just, you know what I mean, added, sprinkle Snoop on there and stick to the script. And you want to get so many emotions out of me, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Jacarius, with the way he wrote the script, it's still the same as the movie, but it's like certain things that he switched around. So it's going to be.
So it's one of a kind. You can't just say you watch the film and you're going to know what's going to happen on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So playing Ursula, how was that for you? Because we know what she's like on the movie if we've seen it.
I mean, it's acting, so that's the gig. I was up for it. I am up for it, and like I said, I think a lot of people, when I tell them, the first thing they say is, well, she didn't have no lines, but we all remember her. She still gave this powerful, like, energy. So I feel like if you can do it without opening your mouth, then you got it. So, especially to a live audience, you got to make them, you know. And I give my cheers and my claps on my part.
She said, I get my cheers and my claps.
I ain't missing no beat.
All right, when we talk about Luther, see, Luther, and he's very different from Savino if we're going to talk about it, but we'll talk about that later. Luther, I mean, he's a product of the game, but he ends up knowing really well how to play it, even though he's using other people who are, you know, in impoverished situation as pawns, essentially. How did you tackle playing Luther?
Well, like Snoop said, the way Jakarius wrote it, he wrote it in such a way where he left it open for the actor to come in and make it his own or her own, you know. So when I got the script and I, you know, got the lines, I decided to play around and insert a few things to make it my own, because the actor that played Luther, rest his soul, he's a legend. And you can't come in and try to emulate that. So the only thing you can do to make it memorable is make it your own. Make it your own.
So y'all keep talking about Jakarius Jones and how he wrote this. So is it very different? Johnson. I'm sorry. Y'all keep talking about how Jakarius Johnson wrote this and made it so that you can play into it as you would. How different is it from the film? Is it drastically different?
No,
No.
it's not. It's
just little points, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, like, what can I give you without giving the player?
Without giving too much? Yeah, I don't want you to spoil anything.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, man.
It's just like accent pops. Like if you're decorating a home or something, or even an outfit, it's just you might do a little extra earring, or you might do accessorize it. So he just accessorized it to, you know, pop certain things out. Reminders, certain little things that you might have remembered in the film, but you forgot because it's been a while. So he's added little key things in there. It's like, oh shoot, I remember that part. You know,
yeah,
so it's like,
and there's definitely all the memorable lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the memorable lines
all
are
of
still
them are
there.
Yes.
Right?
All of them are, okay.
Yes, and they still, I think, in my opinion, those lines land even harder because there's an instant reaction from it. From the audience.
From the audience.
You know what I'm saying? Because the moment you say it, the audience knows right then and there.
And they probably saying it right
They're
with
saying
you.
it at the same moment sometimes.
Yeah. And see, our audiences, like, we've been on like 3 or 4 cities. Soon as soon as we say a line, they in the audience saying the line with us.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
And
it's
saying
just,
the next line in response.
Yes,
So it's a whole dialogue.
And some of them even screaming out the wire lines.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, come on.
You might be there and you might hear somebody say, "How my hair looks."
Yeah, like the fuck.
How my hair looks.
Like, I can't escape that. I mean, but that's an iconic way to go out, just like Cleo's.
Yeah.
Are you finding that this edition is now bringing it to light to maybe audiences who were unfamiliar, like the people who I spoke to here?
Yes.
Yeah,
and make them want to go watch the film after they come and see us on stage, because we give a amazing performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so strong. Like, you gotta go watch the movie if you never watched it before. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, you stay right there. We got more with them after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We're talking to some of the cast members from Jakarius Johnson's Set It Off, which, baby, it is touring the U.S. and is in Houston this weekend. All right, we've got Chris. We've got
to the 29th.
28th to the 29th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we talked about your characters and how it's different from the film, which is very little, and the audience reaction has been amazing so far. Yes. Now let's talk about a little bit more personal takes of how it is for you. We'll discuss The Wire later, but obviously each of you have some sort of tie to the street life and what it's like to struggle. How much of your personal self and your struggles do you see in your characters and then you amplify with lived experience?
Cleo, I seen a lot. I mean, I just ain't robbed no bank, but you know what I'm saying? I was outside hustling, you know what I'm saying? Throwing rocks at the penitentiary. So, you know, like I said, Cleo, I played that character a lot, you know what I mean, growing up, except for not robbing banks.
Not robbing banks.
Yeah, not at all. So, you know, I see a lot of Cleo.
Do you think old Snoop would have robbed banks?
Nah, Snoop was a hustler. You know what I mean? I was, I could say this, or I could,
you can.
I was selling heroin. I was something that I'm not proud of, but I was selling heroin, You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had my own, so, you know.
So that wasn't in the cards for you at all.
Yeah, it wasn't no need to rob the bank. And I don't like thieves. I don't like stealing. So, you know. Yeah. Now I go hustle for mine. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's, you don't have to hop in if you don't want to.
I mean, Luther's he's a sleazeball. And I've been a sleazeball before.
Yeah?
Definitely. Absolutely. I grew up in the streets.
Yeah.
And, you know, just like my castmate, you know, I come from that walk of life. So, and I've been a dad since I was 16. So I've had to get out here and do some things I'm not proud of. So,
including be a sleazeball.
And including be a sleazeball, absolutely. Because, I mean, when you look at it, when you're out here and you're doing certain things, like you're straddling the line of being a sleazeball anyway. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's direct or indirect. So with Luther's a direct sleazeball. You know, like he literally sits and waits until it's his moment.
He's literally got pawns.
Absolutely.
And then slips in.
Absolutely. So it was fun. It's a more lighter take on it with the audience. You know, because I got room to, at moments where they might be like, this motherfucker, I can make them laugh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can twist it. So I've been having fun with it.
That's good. And Skye, I don't think you necessarily were in the street life, but you definitely were affected by it with your own family.
Yeah.
So
I think specifically for Ursula, you know, her role was just about loving Cleo. So I love just as she loves anybody that I've ever loved and who I love now. And as far as just the story as a whole, I think in our community, we all go through some things where we face poverty or we come to the fork in the road where we have to make the choice between good and evil or good and bad. And even though they're all different scenarios, I was in the foster system. I was a crack baby. I didn't get my mother back into my life until I was 16. So I had to make some choices, or I had to make sure I didn't associate myself with certain people and things so that I didn't adapt what my mother did and repeat those generational curses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can relate in that sense.
Absolutely. And I mean, that is something that people go through often.
Absolutely.
I think, you know, I think it's kind of odd. Actually, it's probably perfect, not necessarily odd, that you end up playing these roles that are lived experiences, but I think that's what makes it so powerful, is that there are going to be people in the audience who truly identify. For some people, they're just fans. They're like, oh my God, the life, well, I wish I could have lived that. But it is a real life struggle of survival for so many people across the country. I mean, beyond, not just necessarily in the U.S.
Right.
Do you realize how much you resonate with people who are really in the life?
Yeah, because we come from, you know what I'm saying? We come from the streets. We human beings. We're not robots.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just pointing at our cameras because they're robots, kind of mind of their own.
Yeah.
You know, like, everybody comes from the struggle, and I think the struggle makes you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it defines the character and, you know what I mean, the person that you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
you know.
Amazing. All right, well, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the struggle.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
before we get into that, I'm going to remind you, Set It Off by Jacarius Johnson is going to be at 713 Music Hall March 28th and 29th if you're in Houston. If you're not in Houston, baby, look up when it's coming near you and pay them a visit. All right, we've got more with Chris Clanton and later with Felicia Pearson after the break.